Ukrainian forces reportedly launched a rapid and coordinated strike that destroyed 3 Russian columns in what has been described as a 7 minutes of hell operation. The event, characterized by its speed and lethality, resulted in the obliteration of significant Russian armored assets in a brief period. Operation timing: the strike lasted approximately 7 minutes, demonstrating the effectiveness and precision of Ukrainian tactics. Target: 3 separate Russian armored columns, reportedly composed of tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, and supporting units. Location: while specific locations are often withheld for security reasons, similar clashes have occurred in contested zones in eastern and southern Ukraine. Tactics utilized: coordinated use of UAVs for real-time targeting and battlefield awareness. Modern anti-tank guided missiles (ATGMs) and precision artillery supporting the ground assault. Electronic warfare measures to disrupt Russian communications, destroyed assets. Visual and intelligence reports suggest that the 3 columns suffered heavy materiel losses, including the destruction of dozens of vehicles and tanks. Duration: the engagement lasted only about 7 minutes, emphasizing the surprise and shock delivered to Russian formations. Russian casualties: reports indicate severe Russian losses, although exact casualties remain unconfirmed. Ukrainian casualties: Ukrainian losses, if any, were reportedly minimal due to the element of surprise and superior coordination. The operation underscores improvements in Ukrainian command and control, as well as the integration of Western weaponry and modern battlefield intelligence. Rapid strikes against concentrated armor are becoming characteristic of Ukraine's evolving military strategy, leveraging speed, precision, and real-time surveillance. The 7 minutes of hell incident reflects the growing sophistication of Ukrainian defensive and offensive capabilities in the ongoing conflict. By inflicting significant losses on Russian forces in such a short span, Ukrainian units are demonstrating adaptability and resilience under challenging circumstances. Note: as is common with wartime reports, especially those that circulate quickly in open media and social platforms, some details may be subject to further verification and should be interpreted with caution. Ukrainian forces achieved such rapid success in their 7 minutes of hell lightning strike through a combination of advanced tactics, precise coordination, and innovative use of technology. Extensive use of drones: Ukraine integrated low-cost, small strike drones for real-time reconnaissance and precision attacks. These drones were remotely operated using Russian cellular networks, allowing real-time video and targeting deep inside enemy lines without ground control stations nearby. The drones enabled rapid detection and destruction of Russian armored columns. AI-assisted targeting: operational planning involved AI and machine vision to identify vulnerable parts of Russian vehicles and equipment, sharpening the impact of attacks. For example, drone operators targeted weak points, such as fuel tanks and missile pylons, maximizing damage with minimal ordnance. Careful operational planning and deception: Ukrainian intelligence planned and coordinated multi-directional strikes well in advance, using unconventional methods, such as concealing drones in wooden cabins mounted on trucks that self-destructed post-launch. This denied the enemy the ability to reverse-engineer Ukrainian technology or anticipate the exact strike timing and location. Speed and surprise: the strike exemplified rapid concentration of firepower and coordination, targeting multiple Russian columns simultaneously within a very short time window, about 7 minutes. This limited Russian reaction time and disrupted their formations before they could respond or disperse. Integration of artillery and electronic warfare: despite drones being primary tools, Ukrainian forces combined these with precise artillery, fire, and electronic warfare that degraded Russian command and control and air defense systems, further amplifying the strike's effectiveness. Decentralized and agile command structure: Ukrainian forces utilized flexible command and control, incorporating real-time intelligence and decentralized decision-making to rapidly exploit emerging opportunities on the battlefield. Together, this blend of innovative drone warfare, AI-enabled precision targeting, meticulous planning, and combined arms integration allowed Ukrainian forces to deliver a rapid, devastating blow to Russian armored columns in a matter of minutes, highlighting a significant evolution in modern battlefield tactics. Ukrainian forces leveraged deception and intelligence to achieve surprise and outmaneuver Russian forces through several well-coordinated and innovative methods. Use of decoys: Ukraine deployed decoys that mimicked real military assets. Visual thermal, and radar signatures, compelling Russian forces to waste munitions and attention on false targets. These decoys not only protected genuine Ukrainian assets, but also sowed confusion, distorted Russian assessments, and forced misallocation of enemy resources, strategic misdirection, and disinformation. Ukrainian military and political leaders deliberately signaled false intentions through information operations, such as confidently projecting a major counteroffensive in locations like Kherson, while planning attacks elsewhere, for example, Kharkiv. This caused Russian commanders to redeploy forces away from actual Ukrainian objectives, easing surprise and operational success, operational security, and secrecy. Ukraine conducted reconnaissance and planning with minimal personnel and used face-to-face meetings to prevent Russian cyber or signals intelligence from detecting plans. Frontline units were often informed only hours before operations to maintain surprise. Multi-domain deception. Creative deception included false electronic chatter, simulated units, inflatable tanks, mannequins, and social media misdirection, creating cognitive overload and confirming Russian commanders' biases. This confusion left Russian forces out of position and unprepared when attacks were launched, exploiting enemy intelligence weaknesses. Ukraine's superior tactical intelligence gathering allowed them to anticipate Russian movements, enabling ambushes and shoot-and-scoot tactics. In contrast, Russian forces struggled with poor intelligence optimization and sometimes provided deceptive or inaccurate information upwards, amplifying Ukraine's advantage. Psychological impact. Deception raised Russian uncertainty about Ukrainian capabilities and force size, undermining confidence, forcing overestimation of threats, and weakening resolve over time. In sum, Ukrainian forces combined technological decoys, disinformation, operational secrecy, and superior tactical intelligence to mislead Russian forces about Ukrainian intentions, force enemy misdeployments, and achieve tactical surprise that was decisive in many engagements until in collection is complete. And every target on the strike list has been triple-checked. Ukrainian tanks rumble into their pre-registered firing lanes while veteran drone crews run final diagnostics. A decisive multi-phase thrust aimed at dislodging the occupying Russian army from Ukrainian soil is seconds away from ignition. FPV operators flip to live reconnaissance, sweeping the skyline from a safe standoff radius. The tempo climbs quickly, leaving the enemy no breathing room. Phase 1. Armor Spearhead. The third separate tank, Iron Brigade, widely called the Iron Fist, bursts from concealment in the Khark region. T-7 to main battle tanks, NBTR, for use-built armored vehicles close to point-blank range, ripping sandbag walls to ribbons with cannon fire and coax bursts. Drone feeds show trenches buckling and minefields erupting under combat engineer charges. Hot on their treads, Ukrainian MiG-29 sliced the sky. These Hungarian birds first smash a Russian counterpunch by TBM Pachu south of Berlotsk, then swing back to erase 6 high-value assets, an ammunition regiment HQ, a covert FPV command lodge, 3 reinforced troop shelters, and a secondary ammo warehouse. Fireballs bloom for kilometers. The jets climb out and return unharmed. Friends, if you like us, want Ukraine to win. Hammer Slava Ukraine in the comments. Phase 2, Drone Dominance. Command now hands the baton to the 63rd Brigade's UAV pilots. Quadcopters and winged loitering munitions turn bunkers into blowtorches. The occupiers, hearing the shrill buzz overhead, dive for cover, but it makes no difference. FPV hunters pick off Russians, darting between craters one by one. Camouflaged nests among brush and trees vaporize in sudden orange flashes. A sprawling shelter jammed with rockets detonates, shaking. The canopy, another stuffed with infantry, follows seconds later. SDF special purpose operators race forward, eager for their slice of today's massive fight. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss breaking news or exclusive combat footage from the front line. Fresh intelligence shows every dugout and revetment packed with Russian troops and ammunition. Each must be cleared because even one survivor could slip behind friendly lines and fire into our backs. Crews grind forward with that fact uppermost. Labyrinthine tunnels stuffed with ordnance are collapsed by thermobaric charges. The ground shudders, the terrain is scrubbed meter by meter. Teams reload instantly, stacking ordnance for the next grid square, while aviation UAV teams and artillery knit a single destructive web, 3. Fire and maneuver. Russian soldiers spill from blasted hideouts, scrambling over wrecked BMPs and shattered shelters. Chains of secondary explosions paint the tree line red, gold, and violet. Heat rolls across the landscape. Heat and more heat. When a rifle pokes above a parapet to shoot at a drone, its owner is erased in milliseconds. Ukrainian FPV units keep deleting strongpoints with almost surgical finesse and epic strikes every minute. Elsewhere, unmanned systems of the Ukrainian army grind Kremlin hardware into scrap, costing Moscow millions. 429th Achilles Regiment operators knock out a tank, ABMP-based APC, a panzer defense launcher, and two more AFVS in one salvo. The Skynex 35mm anti-air gun is now in Ukrainian service. Post-Stellar No. 6, Russian attack UAVs killed today. How many drones to flatten the mega-tank? A new record may have fallen. The 28th Separate Mechanized Brigade reportedly spent about 60 UAVs to dismantle one Russian monster. Its electronic jammas and layered armor were finally overcome in a tower of flame. Losses and statistics updated enemy totals since the 24th of February 2022 for 152,480 plus personnel, for 1,521 aircraft, 340 helicopters, 13,452 tanks, to 1,980 plus operational tactical UAVs, 34,590 for armored vehicles, 319 cruise missiles, 390 for artillery systems, 28 warships, 1 submarine, 377 MLRS units, and 5,480 plus vehicles and fuel tankers. Data from Ukraine's General Staff. Air defense keeps setting milestones. The 3rd Assault Brigade downed to 168 Russian UAVs in a single month with its own hunters. A Russian Sh-136 was also intercepted over Odessa by mobile fire groups, a perfect takedown, caught on video. Helmet cam footage shows a lone Ukrainian soldier methodically clearing a trench with grenades. A fleeing occupier is stopped by precise small arms fire, proof of the grit driving Ukraine's fighters. Closing remarks. We're here daily with fresh frontline updates, special operation recaps, and razor-sharp tactical analysis. Subscribe, smash that bell, and tell us which regions you'd like covered next. We'll keep showing the real face of war truth from the field, not propaganda. Your support is priceless. See you in the next video. Slava Ukra, Slava!